So good morning. You are again welcome with Co-Learning, a webinar series organized by Shobit University. So today's session we have Anuradha Chawla. Anuradha Chawla is performance coach, business leader with 17 years of rich experience. She is founder and CEO of Better HR Solution, startup consultant, certified coach, mentor startup Punjab, mentor startup escalator, Chamber of Commerce, SACC India. Her key role since past 17 years has been of a grander identify and nurturing potential leaders and help them play independent leadership role in their respective organization and in managing their own unit. So, welcome Radha ma'am. So, we are right
Thank you
today. We
so
will
much.
discuss personality development and interview for the future. So, ma'am, I'll start with my first question. So, ma'am, what is your tips for pre-interview and post-interview for students?
Wonderful question, Manishi, and thank you so much for great invite and the introduction. So when we talk about interviews, a lot of time interviews are segregated in personal interview, in telephonic interview, but today I'll be sticking to personal interview. So when we go for a personal interview, there are three aspects to an interview. As you just asked me, one is pre-interview, then the interview and the post-interview. So what we really need to do in the pre-interview is a huge task. It's not just selecting your dream company and going and getting through the interview process. The first thing is you really need to have an amazing resume, and your resume should be in sync with the company you are giving interview for. It's simple that every company needs a different resume. Let's say you are going for a company where they are working on open source. So you need to map your competencies with the website, what you see in the company profile. The second aspect with the company profile is your job description. You need to be very picky of the keywords, what is required in the job description, and you need to have expertise on those key areas and mention them in your resume. Very important, mapping the company and taking the details, what is required by the interviewer, and mentioning those skills. That's first about resume. And resume is not just your skills, it's also about your objective. It's also about your skills, your qualification, everything is required in your resume building also. Just like day before yesterday, I was checking a resume from Galgotia University, and the student had asked me to review the resume. So the resume lacked resume building skills, which is like you attend a lot of seminars, you attend a lot of workshops, and those should be mentioned in your resume to show your keenness for learning new skills. Now, companies are moving towards analytics. Companies are working on machine learning, on artificial intelligence, everything is on cloud, and microservices are being used. You have to check the domain of the company, whether it's a healthcare domain, whether it's a real estate, it's a shipping, it's an oil and gas company. Accordingly, if you have worked on those domains, it's a, I'll say top up on your resume. So that will be taking for sure. So the purpose of your resume is to get a personal interview. Now comes the part where you have to go for the personal interview. Shall I carry on? Am I answering your question?
Ma'am, you talk about the objectives in the CA. So, ma'am, what is the importance of objective in the CV? So, ma'am, how should the
All right.
student prepare their CV so the objective should be clear? And what is the importance of objective in the CV?
See, I'll give you an example. Like, let's say you're going for a graphic designer's profile, or yeah, let's stick to graphic designer. So, what is required in a designer's profile? It is creativity. So when you are going for a profile like that, your objective should be a company where creativity is valued, where you get the due of your skills and you are required there. So you have to check that on the website and put it in the objectives very clearly that you are looking for a company who prefers creativity and experiential. We are all talking about UX now, user experience. So make sure that the company prefers that. And if you're going for analytics or if you're going for any new technology, you are a Bitcoin specialist or you are into machine learning, artificial intelligence, data analysis, you have to look for a company which is progressive. So mention in your objectives that you are looking for a company
Thank you.
with
Yes.
progressive mindset. So those are the things we are very important when we are writing an objective. Never lift up an objective from one CV to your CV. No, that does not cut the ice. And when we talk about interview, we talked about pre-interview. You know, your wardrobe, your website, your competencies, your skills. Most important now that you have to go for the interview, your wardrobe, very important. Your presentation skills, very important. Your eye contact. Now, believe me, I have a screen in front of me, but I'm looking at a small pinhole like camera so that I can make an eye contact with you. That is what is important. And when you are making an eye contact, you look at the person and in between you look aside. You don't stare at the person and make the person, the interviewer, uncomfortable. And when you are giving the interview, you have to look here at the forehead, not any other body part, because that again might make your interviewer uncomfortable. So
So,
continuing with your, yeah, sure.
so ma'am, you talk about the personality development. So the wardrobe and the body language and eye contact is very important when a student are
Absolutely.
appears in an interview. So ma'am, personality development is beyond too beyond wardrobe and eye contact and body language. Beyond wardrobe and eye
Right.
contact and body language. So ma'am, how student can prepare? How student can develop his personality so strong so that when he or she appears in an interview, the chances of they are selected is too high. The skills, definitely he or she needed for qualifying any job, but
All right.
the personality of a student plays very 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 important role in his entire life. So ma'am, what is your suggestion to students how they can develop a strong personality when they are studying in their campus or their university?
So, Mr. Manish, very, very apt and a vast question you have asked about personality development. See, now personality is not just the dress or what we talk or how we walk, just body language. No, personality development, it's a huge aspect. It talks about, let's say, it's your health, your fitness, and your mind fitness and your body fitness, both the aspects. So when I say mind's fitness is mindfulness. Mind fitness is presence of mind. It is anger management. It is interpersonal skills. It also talks about your non-verbal language, how you are
So
talking to somebody when you are not even speaking. So, so body fitness and mind fitness both are the aspects of personality development. And the most important, as I said, mindfulness. So it is also about self-awareness. When you are aware about yourself, when you accept yourself, you are comfortable. You are
absolutely
comfortable
right.
with your flaws and you know that these are my positives and limitations, keep them aside. So while you are going for an interview, you have to make sure that your personality is at its best level. So personality, it's a statement. You know, you have a character. So personality is also like one. And now you have states. You have a happy state, best state. You have a good state, average, below average, and it goes till destructive state. So So when you are going for an interview, make sure at that time you are in your best state. And you know how you can be at that best state. Probably you are a music fan, you dance well, you read, you love to read, you are an avid reader. So what you need to do is do that activity before the interview so that you are at your best state. And one important thing is practice power pose. Before going for the interview, just make a pose like this. That's the power pose. Wow, yes, I'm good. I can do it. So just practice it before the interview. Mr. Manish, there is a static voice coming. I think it's the speaker. It's good now. Thank you. So, your personality is a complete circle. You need to have a fit body. You need to have a great routine, walk, running, exercise, yoga that will keep your body fit. Probably meditation, 20 minutes. If you are not enjoying the word meditation, a lot of youngsters don't like that. Sit idle, don't do anything for 20 minutes, just be with yourself. Gaze at the flowers, gaze at the sun, the sky, the flowers, anything, but with yourself. That will bring you to your sane state. So that's about personality.
So, ma'am, before starting the session, before continuing the session, so can you please little bit tell me more about your organization, what you do, and how you are helping students to get placed, and a little bit about your organization.
Sure, Manishi, thank you. So, guys, I'm Anuradha Chawla, as you can see down here as well, written nicely by Mr. Manish. I'm a performance coach now. I've spent 17 years in IT companies. I have worked for various positions. I started as an office executive, then in HR executive, HR manager, then HOD, blah, blah, all those fancy titles. But all through my journey in IT companies, I was working alongside my CEO and working in sales, in administration, in HR. I had about 15 people in HR where I got a lot of exposure of understanding what human resources is. And then after an amazing 15 years, I thought might as well take a break, a sabbatical, and introspect what else I can do. Because money was a driving force before, but later money was not my driving force. I wanted to do something else. So I sat with myself, I introspected, I did some transformational course, which made me realize my true calling to help people. So women empowerment had been a great stimulus for me for quite some time. So I thought might as well do something for women. So I started Be Better HR Solutions as an initiative to help women work from home. So I started giving them training to hire. I hired some of my old colleagues who were sitting at home because of their maternity or other reasons. And we all joined together. I still am with them. So Gursharan, Dipshika, they are my strengths. So all of them together, they hire, and I consult companies to grow and have a better management, a leadership. So I nurture the companies, I work with the management, and my team works for the staffing. That's how we started building Be Better HR Solutions. And then I was approached by Startup Cells, Startup Punjab, Startup Haryana, India. So they hired me, they empaneled me actually as their mentor. So I used to visit their incubation centers, meet all these budding entrepreneurs and educate them, train them, groom them. We used to do personality development, body language, all sorts of activities. Then I also had the privilege of training NCC camps, which was another high for me because I really like their uniform, the army uniform they wear, and the great job they do for the country. So this is how the journey started, and performance coaching became my thing, where I really wish to, have the potential, unearth that potential which is lying in everyone, but they don't know about it. So I really wish to help people understand themselves better and do the best for their own selves. That's pretty much about performance coaching that I do. And believe me, right now, globally, I have from 3 countries, I have mentees, coaches who are taking my 10 weeks of program. Then I have from various companies when I visit, when I do online sessions, so a lot of executives, they take personal coaching and group coachings. So that's what keeps me going because I love coaching the best. I hope I covered. You're not
So,
audible.
yes, ma'am, now I am audible. So, ma'am, it was very useful information you provide to the students, and I am sure the student will be benefited with your services, what you are doing for the society. So, ma'am, continuing our session, so, ma'am, I'll ask one question here. This is, ma'am, what is mirroring in personal interview? So, ma'am, we heard what is mirroring in, so what is mirroring in personal interview? And personally, I don't know what is the meaning of mirroring in personal interview. So can you please tell me
Okay.
more about what is personal
So,
mirroring in personal
see,
interview?
like I'm talking to you right now, right? Let's consider we are on the other sides of the table. So when I'm talking to you and I did this, so usually what happens is when we are buying what the other person is saying, when we are with the person who is in front of us, it happens in sales meetings a lot that we see when we are talking, the other person also use the same gestures. It even happens when you are the leader, when you have subordinates with you, and you will see that if you are sitting like this, a lot of people will also do the same. So the body language is mirrored. What I do, the other person starts doing the same, which means that the person is very much in sync with you. So, like we say, if you are happy, you smile. And if you smile, you become happy. Same goes with the body language. Now, you can actually fake it. How? When the interviewer is talking to you and interviewer does some gesture and you repeat that same gesture, it means that you are in sync. And the interviewer certainly gets flattered. So the mirroring is mirroring of the gestures. So if the person laughs, you have to laugh with, as we always say about boss jokes. When the boss is cracking a joke, you have to laugh. Same way, if your interviewer says something witty, funny, you have to make sure that you reciprocate it with a smile, with a brief laughter, but you have to mirror what your interviewer, the person in front of you, is doing. Not like an ape, like little bit, in between you are mirroring the steps. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, there is one question from Siddharth Sharma, and he is asking, what is the most impressive quality for a student so that he can process with going for an interview? So, ma'am, one answer you already said, the mirroring is one of the quality the student have to
He's saying,
adopt. And so, now, but more, the way of impressive quality so that he can impress to the interviewer.
so Mr. Siddharth Sharma has asked a very, very good question. Most impressive, which is very tricky. I'll not say most impressive, but I'll tell you two impressive. See, one thing is your dress up. Now, let's say you are going to a company like Microsoft or which all companies who are very, very formal dress up. So, they'll have their buttons closed, they'll have a tie. So, all those things really, really matter for them. A formal code. There's some company where they have casual business attire or informal. So, what you have to do is, I'll tell you a trick. You can actually go one day in advance and go towards their parking lot. Just take a round towards the parking lot of the company to see what kind of people are coming to the office, what kind of environment. You can actually see the environment right in the parking lot. So the most impressive quality, as you said, is the skill set. When we hire, we are hiring for skills. We know that the person, let's say, if it is a fresher, then we are hiring for attitude, right? If it is for a senior position, attitude plus your skill set. So what you can do is you can have a very impressive resume which is in sync with the job description. Your competencies, your skills can match. So that is one impressive. Two, your resume is done. Before talking, we look at your personality, your attire, the way you talk, the way you shake hands. Some people, shake hands here, which is not good. These portions should meet when you are shaking your hands. It should be like this, right? Not too tight, not too limp. So handshake matters. If you're going for a panel interview and you are a fresher and you see 6 people sitting in the panel and you are 3 students who have gone for the interview, don't bother to shake hands. Don't bother to over impress. That doesn't actually impress us, right? So what you can do is simply wish, have all the courtesies, wait for your seat, your permission to sit. So a lot of etiquettes matter. It cannot be one quality. It's a mix of your resume, what you have done. If you have mentioned some live projects you have worked on, the URLs. If you have done work on some device, your iOS, your Android, carry that phone and show your app. That really impresses the interviewer that you're carrying your work profile, your portfolio with you. So I think it's a mix of blend of lot of qualities, not one quality I'll select.
So I hope Siddharth, Anuradha ma'am answers your question. It is not a 1 or 2 days or 1 week process. You have to integrate all the things in your life, in your system. You have to integrate lots of things. Along with that, there are some tricks. Like Anuradha ji immediately said that you should visit their parking lot, and if you analyze their parking lot, you can learn, you can understand what types of people are coming in their society and building, so that you can prepare in advance. So when your quick suggestion to students, so incomplete, how they can prepare for their interview, and which books they can read, how resume they can prepare, or some tips about personality development. What should they do? I think this kind of things takes minimum, I think, 1 to 2 months to integrate all the things. So what is your suggestion to students regarding this?
Sure. So as I said, your resume is very important. You have to invest time in resume building. You have to attend a lot of workshops, lots of certifications. Only your curriculum will not cut the ice. Like if you are a BTech student who is interested in, let's say, in information technology, your administrative profile, system administration. So what you can do is go for CCNA, go for Red Hat certifications. Additional certifications matter a lot. Your workshops, your internships, your life projects you have done, your let's say enrollments for, probably you are reading some ebooks. A mention of that matters a lot. You don't have to put your photograph in the resume, and don't use abbreviations at all. I am from let's say SUEE university, will not work. You have to use the complete sentence, complete words. Don't use abbreviations, and don't confuse your interviewers at all. Don't be very inquisitive. Ask questions at the end of the interview. Ask relevant questions. Take a cue from the interview. If the interviewer has used some language, has used some information, write related questions at the end of the interview. Saying that no, I don't have any question is a big no-no. A lot of times it happens that people don't ask any question. Doesn't help. And when we say ask a question, don't simply ask what will be my salary. Come on, you're not selected yet. So never ask for salary so bluntly in the beginning. Ask about the culture of the company. If you have seen some corporate social responsibility activities, ask about them. Ask about your clients, or ask about domains. So be more intelligent, because right there, during the interview is the time when we as interviewers are trying to understand you and your skills. So it is the time for marketing yourself. You have to tell everything about yourself, what you know, but in a very humble manner, assertive but not arrogant. So a lot of such things matter a lot. And the end is like I said, both pre-interview and post-interview as well. So post-interview is when you go back, you should write a mail, or if you are conversing on phone, you can call and say thank you for giving me time for the interview, and I like this. Be very precise, be very subtle, but ask, what next, what is the process like, what is expected of me. And even while we are giving the interview, make sure that you have that question, that what are you looking for an apt candidate? What is your search for? What are the major key areas that the company is looking for? And per se, you don't get selected, you know what all criteria. You can prepare and then attempt again for the interview, right? So never burn the bridges, never give a negative feedback, never complain about your previous boss, never talk negative in the interview. Be polite, be subtle, ask questions. Best part is listen. You have to be a great listener when you go for the interview. It so happens, when we are in campus interviews, I have gone through, I think I have covered the entire India except the east part. So I've interviewed in all these states. So what happens is we ask hypothetical questions, and it's like a 3-liner or a 2-liner. At the end of the question, what happens is, ma'am, pardon please, can you repeat it, please? Don't do that. It's treacherous for the interviewer to repeat the question again. So you have to keep your eyes and ears open and be mindful, be with the interviewer. And once you are with the interviewer, then the mirroring happens on its own. You actually talk to the person, and you also kind of have that eye contact, and you are mindful. So that's pretty important. Non-verbal as well as verbal language. All right.
So, ma'am, it's a last question I want to ask. So, I remember, although I am into the business from last 17, 18 years, but one time I go, I gave one interview, and, I wait around 45 minutes for the interview, but I didn't give that interview, being the reason I was, impatient at that time. So ma'am, your comment on this, and your suggestion to students about the waiting period regarding it.
See, Mr. Manish, when we are going for senior interviews, we can afford to do that. But for freshers, for students, we have to have patience. And when we were talking about personality in its totality includes patience, includes being, empathetic, being a good listener, being receptive. So if you have to wait, you have to wait. We cannot. The best thing you can do with yourself is, see, we go for doctor appointments. We are stuck in traffic jams. We have to go to some relatives or parents, work colleagues, where we don't gel with people. We don't know whom to talk to. So what you can actually do is, this is a tip other than interview skills otherwise, carry a book always with you. Wherever you go, carry a book. We always used to hear it from our parents when we were kids, books are your best friends. Imagine, we used to think, oh my God, again that same story. Moms, they say, tell me something else. Dad, don't give me this again. But the truth I can tell you with my experiences, books are your best friends. They never leave you, right? When you change states, when you change cities, your friends are gone. You can only connect to them on phone or books or your WhatsApps and all, but your books you can carry anywhere. So even if you have to wait in the waiting area, you have an appointment, but the HR is busy, carry that book. You will not at all be bothered, and in minutes you will feel that wow, I'm called. And your interviewer also gets impressed that this person doesn't waste their time. And nowadays we have our phones and we have internet in our phones, right? So we can always go and download an ebook or read some articles. This was important aspect I missed for interview skills also. Whenever you go for an interview, make sure you see the social handles, because that gives you the psyche, the process where this company is leading towards. That gives you vision of the company. So make sure resume building, personality building. So what you do is you select your dream jobs, go on their social handles. Twitter is there, your LinkedIn is there. Nowadays Facebook is also giving a lot of information. Insta, people like us, I am very much active on Insta at anuc444 is my Insta ID. In fact, if any of the students, you need some help in reviewing your resume, you can contact me on Insta. Just DM me at anuc444 and I can actually help you review your resume. So make sure you follow your idols on their social handles and understand where this company is going. The leaders always tweet about what next. If you see Jeff Bezos, he writes so good about it. All the new research they are doing, everything is on the internet and for free. So why not use that information, right? Unmute, Mr. Manish, please unmute.
Yes. So, ma'am, it was very informative and useful session for students, how they can prepare for their interview and they got selected. So, ma'am, in this post-COVID time, your personality, your skills, and all the things, empathy, patience, and it's just more useful at this time. So, ma'am, it is very informative session, and we hope we will continue. We will do some more series on interview skills and personality development in near future. So, ma'am, I am Manish. I'm Manish Chabra signing off with this session till we meet next time. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Manishi. Thank you to the university, Mr. Vice Chancellor, and Jyoti Saxena for contacting me. It was a wonderful time, and I'm sure that you will enjoy and work hard for your future, because that is what we are all doing, right? Be mindful. Lots of love and light to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.